just get the. Are we live? Are we live? There we are. Okay, let's just like this. Hey everybody, how is it going? Doing a little live stream tonight. Let's put live chat on so I can see everybody's comments. Hey produce. Alright, so here we are. Just trying to set this up. We're doing it from my phone because my whole camera system is still, the setup stuff is like in storage right now. So I have a few things to open. I got a vegan cuts box here and I thought I would do that live before the end of the month comes. So kind of a surprise live stream that I got going. You guys can hear me okay? I can't see my screen, so maybe I can light it up a little bit. I don't know here. How's that? A little bit more? Okay, there we go. Alright, I know this wasn't a planned thing, so I don't know who's gonna be here, but I'm going to I've got three packages here that I'm gonna open, so we're gonna see what's inside. I got my sister's in town with her husband, and I'm gonna show them my movie tonight, so I'm excited to see what they think about it. It's my only family member that hasn't seen it yet. There we go. Now I can see everybody. Okay, now I see. Okay, so produce, Ellison, Green, Tom, Jet. No, my sister does not live in the area. So they've been up here for a little bit, for about maybe a few days now, and they just came here today. She's been staying with the in-laws. Now they're here. Actually, they're over at my brother's house right now with my nieces and nephew. Yeah, that's why I have not seen my sister since before the summer. I don't remember the last time. So, and that's why you never see her. Okay, so I have, let's see. We might as well do, I got a couple other packages other than vegan cuts. So let's go ahead and open it. I got this knife down. And you know what? I have this in the, I believe I have it in the description here below. Just so you know. So I'm going to be plugging a few things here. I'm trying to look at this without, I've got my phone in the way, so I'm trying to read it. But anyway, okay, yeah, this is the Nakano knife, yeah. I use this all the time. This is, I've used a lot of knives in the past. A lot of companies have sent me their knives. This is my favorite, this Nakano knife. My brother actually bought the same one, and he loves it too. Stays sharp. I do have a sharpener with it, but this is my favorite knife for cooking with. And today I'm going to use it to open up a package because I can't find my other I call it my zombie knife, because I bought it at a zombie store in, well, it was kind of like a zombie store in Salem, Massachusetts, years and years and years ago. And I always use it to open up these boxes, but this is super sharp. So we'll set that to the side so we don't cut ourselves. All right, so let's see what we got here. Classic with a twist. Ooh, a bunch of recipes in here. Classic with a twist. And this is the second time they've sent me this kind of stuff. So it is a bunch of sample protein from Truvani. And the ones that they sent me before, I will say were delicious. I loved them. let's see what we have here. Well, I'll show you guys first. So we have, okay, so now I can, okay, so this is the vanilla. This is probably my favorite. I love the vanilla protein. Oops, 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 what did I do? Okay, and this is the second one here. We have, they're all organic, plant-based. I got 2 vanilla and probably 2 chocolate, yep. So 2 vanilla, 2 chocolate. That's 4 smoothies for me. So, and then I guess this is their little recipe booklet. Different ice creams and stuff. Little recipe book. You know, I got to make something like this for the movie, you know, like a little mini version. The problem is I've been, I'm just finally finishing everything, like the trailer. Everything's coming together. And I'll be releasing that trailer very soon. Did I break anything from my move? Did I break anything? No. I don't think so. Well, yeah, actually, I broke my camera. My camera, well, not my camera, but the microphone for the camera. My camera, as I was moving the table, it fell onto the hard floor, and I broke the connection here for this. This is not a cheap microphone either. This is a nice one. I think it's like $300 or something like that, and this broke, so I need a new one of those. And that's it. I had a solar light that I unscrewed from a tree, and I snapped the mounting wire for that. But to my recollection, I think those are the only things I broke. What's my favorite accidentally vegan product? Off the top of the first thing that comes to my mind is not vegan anymore, but back in the day, I think we talked about this, those soft batch chocolate chip cookies were accidentally vegan, but they're not anymore. So, you know, I just saw that the stovetop stuffing is accidentally vegan. You know, there used to be some beef flavored vegan ramen noodles by the Top Ramen that were vegan. And I don't know if I can think of something as what else is I don't know. I think unless they change it, like the Baco's vegan bacon bits, they're vegan. No, my movie is not out yet. It's I just finished post-production on it, so it's not out yet. And that's what we're working on, trying to figure out how we're gonna release it. So when I know more about that, you guys will know. But I've just completed the trailer. So the movie, I finished the movie. It's done. It's ready to go. And the trailer is the latest thing that I finished. And once that's out there, I want you guys to share it with everybody. Share it wherever you can. Let's get this. Let's get everybody to know about this. The first vegan movie that's not a documentary. Oh yeah, Oreo's never been a good product as far as I'm concerned. They're owned by a company called Mondelez, and although there's nothing in them that's not vegan, they're like the big corporation that they did some bad things with. Like I'll be the first to say that not all palm oil is bad to consume, but the way they do it is they are one of the culprits that have they forfeited they went against the sanctions for best practices for that, but they've also done what they just did something, I forget what it was, but they just did something controversial recently. But it doesn't matter because there's a lot of other Oreo-like cookies out there that are not owned by Mondelez that are not Oreo. I know Wegmans has their own brand. There used to be back in the day the Hydrox ones. Is my movie gory? You know what? Some people might think so, but I don't really think it's. I would say if you're not, I don't think it's too gory. Because I mean I obviously I know how it was made, so to me it's not gory. But some people might think there's a few parts in there that are pretty gory. Hold on. I had the audio on so I could hear myself in my own headphones. So, yeah, I would say that to me, I don't. It's a horror movie, but I don't feel like it's that scary. There's a lot of zombie movies out there that they're just like they're kind of like more of a thriller or a drama. They're not really that scary. If you're terrified of zombies, yeah, I could see how it might be scary to you. But there's more to this movie. This movie, like I said, it's like a movie about compassion. It's got zombies in it, and there's just more to this movie. There's more of a there's a vegan message to it. And if you're really afraid of horror movies, I don't think that this is gonna. I don't think it's that scary. So I don't think it's gonna. It's gonna. I mean, if anything scares you, you might be scared of it, but. I would hope that everybody gives it a chance to watch it, but I understand maybe some people won't want to watch it. So, the next thing we got here, I'm trying to hold it like this so I don't show my address, but I'm just gonna get right in there and open this. This is Michelle's granola. And they have some new flavors. And hold on one second. I just got to make sure because one time I opened this and they didn't want me to share it quite yet. Limited edition. Hold on. Oops. Okay. We got to keep that a secret. I should have opened it first. Okay, so just be on the lookout. Michelle's Granola is going to have some new flavors out there, but I'm not supposed to let anybody know until the 29th. So, sorry. I'm glad I read that. So we're going to go right into the Vegan Cuts box. Sorry about that. It looked pretty good, though. The other thing is I need to give you guys... I need be on the lookout because Vago they messaged me. They sent me a nice package of chocolate. I haven't got it yet, but okay. Here's the thing. So right now, if you go to their, I think I got it. I might have to share it with you. Maybe if you go to their site, you'll see it too. But anyway, they have a bunch of chocolate right now that they have a sale going on right now because they've got a bunch of chocolate that is going to expire soon. Now, just because it expires doesn't mean it's bad because I've had Vago that were expired like for 2 years and it's still really good. But this is about to expire like in a few days. So because of that, and I guess something happened with their shipping and they had an overabundance of it. So they have a big sale going on to get people to get it for cheap. So they have some really, really delicious chocolate. They have their original Vago bar, which is a huge, I usually have some, but I'm out. I gave a lot of it away. I gave most of it away. But they also have like their version of like the Nestle Crunch, the Vago Crunch, really good stuff. So Vago, VEGO, tell them I sent you. I don't know. I'm supposed to have a little discount code for you guys, but I don't quite have it yet. So come back to this video and look, and maybe I will have it posted. Sorry, but I want that message to get out there so people will know. Okay. Okay. Right, exactly. It's a sale date. Yeah. Granola cliffhanger. Um, Michael, yeah. Well, I pretty much did most of the movie myself. The big heavy stuff I had my friend Jeremy help me with, and then like literally most everything else I did myself. And so I literally took about 25 trips back and forth over the last couple months, and I've got 2 storage units to put everything in. So okay, here we go. So Vegan Cuts box, you guys know about this, right? So this is a subscription box. It's a vegan snack box. They send you a box full of every month a box full of different vegan snacks, and a certain amount of proceeds go to a different animal sanctuary every month. And it looks like we got some bats. Cause bats need some love, you know. So this is a bat sanct, and um, I believe this is the November box. I was a little bit behind on these. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing are these cauliflower puffs. I almost said pups. Let's trying to catch up. There's a little bit of a lag here, but anyway, chili lime, vegan. Everything in here is vegan, of course. And I always like to say, you know, this over the years, I found some cool vegan things because of this. But also, it might save you a little bit of money because you might find something you don't like, and now you just got a little sample of it, so you're not wasting your money on like the full version at the store. Anyway, we got these. Which are Snack Yums, cinnamon churro. They look familiar. Maybe I got them in another Vegan Cuts box, a different flavor. We got chili lime favolicious, fava beans, favolicious. What's up, frugal happy vegan? Chili lime. What should I try some? Let's try some. All right, it's a bean. That's what it looks like. So like a little crunchy, dehydrated bean. I can taste the lime immediately. Not bad. I'd probably give it maybe a 6 out of 10. Not my favorite, but not bad. They do remind me of these, though. I have had these. The Love Corn. You're going to wash some flour. Are you going to make seitan, Axel? Okay, so this is Love Corn. I've seen these at like Target and stuff. They have got a ton of flavors. What's this? A tea. We have a tea. We have a whole thing of tea. Have tea with me. What's up, Michaela St. John? Wash the flour. You're making vegan ham. Cool. Yeah, that's how you make a seitan originally. If you don't have wheat gluten, you take flour and you wash it, rinse, repeat, and you're left with the gluten, and then that's how ancient people originally made seitan. Now we just go and buy it. Consider this. See what I did there? Consider it. Have you guys considered it? It's a protein bar. Original Crunch. So this is the original one. I don't know what it is original, but it's a protein bar. I'm not going to try it right now because I might need this sometime and I want to eat it when I need my protein. What do we have here? Reishi. Cinnamon, Tulsi, spice. So this is a nice reishi. Okay. Oh, we got something else hiding in here. What is this? Oh, this is a Lenny and Larry. I haven't seen these before. Lenny and Larry now have bars. That might be pretty good. You're jealous? They look what looks so good, Allison? Cookie bar? Cookie what bar? Cookie fried? No, cookie fled? Cookie feed? 12 grams of protein, Lenny and Larry, cookies and cream. That actually looks pretty good. Indeed. And now we have the Blueberry O Energy Bar by Snack. Very blueberry-ish. Pro Snack. Looks like it's oats and blueberry. It's pretty good. Ooh, what is this? Dark cacao sea salt. Oh, that sounds good. Sunflower. Pop roasted sunflower seeds. Top 9 allergen free, keto, paleo, and vegan. No shells. A fourth of a cup, 170 calories. Regenerative farming practices. There you go. Top Fox snacking sunflower seeds. I will snack on those. Guys, that's it. They're all gone. As you can see, I love these boxes. I save them. I put things in them. I've got hundreds of them. Just kidding, I don't have that many. But next week sometime I can show you the granola that I got. Because we also got granola. I'm going to have some more fava snacks. Fava snack. So that's it. So very limey. Allison, yes, I usually save a lot of these for the zombie apocalypse. I've got a bin of vegan cut snacks. Anything I know that I can eat, like in a, predicament or something like that, or snack on, I'll keep. And anything I know I don't want, I'll just give away. Like, I actually tried these. I'm not a mushroom person, but I can't really tell that these are mushrooms. This is from a previous Vegan Cuts box, but these shiitake jerky. I was snacking on these when I was down here working on the movie trailer. and they're not bad. They are very, very chewy. Like you're not gonna. It's gonna take you a little bit of having them in your mouth, you know, chewing on them just to get it down. But I kind of like that for a jerky because it's not like most of the jerky that I've had where you know, you bite it, chew it, and then that's it. This is like, that's really chewy. Not chewy, but like it's like hard. I tried, well, the only thing in this one, oh no, this is, so I have these. This is the mushroom chocolate, which we were all like, what? Mushroom chocolate? I love chocolate and I hate mushrooms. And like dried elderberries, like I would have that saved away for a zombie apoc. I think I just put that right in my water. Oh yeah, and I got the tea that they... I'm gonna have to take a better thumbnail for the video after this live stream is over. But I think, what is in here? It's like this is kind of like fruit by the foot, but healthier. It's like apple fruit. And they come in like little packages like that. So I tried one of these on, I did like an Instagram reel. I tried one of those on there. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that granola too that I can't tell you about yet. But anyway, Michelle's granola is like the best granola out there. And I usually go for the original vanilla. And I'll either, you know, snack on it a little bit, or I'll put it in my smoothie bowl, or sometimes just eat it straight like that. It's pretty good. So, yeah. Oh, did I show you guys the other? Because you guys saw the other new Chief. This is the, you saw the bacon one that I had. This is the nacho one. And we have the Truffle-licious. And the mozzarella. Nucci-licious. Because in the last video, the last live stream we did just 2 nights ago, we had the other kind. So. Big bags of Nucci, yes. You got your emergency. As you can see, like I'm in my emergency stash. This is what I've like gathered throughout the years. Actually, these are like some of the stuff are years old. Having some of these canned goods and stuff, and you know I got stuff over there. I got stuff for my dog. Like if there was ever an emergency, I have that. And I started doing that like literally years ago. For, you know, just to be prepared, you know, just in case. But I did like when I had to move, like I had a lot more stuff, but I had to move. So I kind of stopped but yeah. So that's really all I wanted to do tonight. Just open some the boxes that I had, and I was originally going to do that gift that you gave me produce here on this one, but since you mentioned it in the last one, I opened it then. Did I donate anything with my move? There was like a big yeah, I did donate a bunch of things to like a Salvation Army. Mostly Salvation Army. Yeah, I think that's it. It was basically clothes, some games, different things that I wasn't going to use, and there was a lot of clothes actually. Some of the stuff was like brand new. Like I had like a few brand new beanies and stuff like that that I donated, and that kind of stuff. Um, I have not taken the pants out of the bag yet. Well, no, I took them out of the bag. I just haven't tried them on yet. Yeah, they will definitely fit. They'll fit. Again, thank you for that gift. But yeah, it feels weird not being able to go to that house anymore. Um, but hopefully hopefully I find another one just like it or better. I do get nostalgic and sentimental about everything, but this is like the most stuff I let go of because I had so much stuff I needed to get rid of stuff. So I did. I organized. I got. It's funny you said that because um, I helped my parents clean out their garage. Well, actually, I cleaned out their garage for them, and my dad had so much stuff in there that was like even there before I was even born. So like a lot of things over the years, and like I cleaned, organized, and everything for him, and like I found like a bunch of artwork that I did when I was in elementary school and middle school, and it was just reminiscent, like going through some of that stuff. But yeah, I'm super sentimental. Like a lot of things I can look at and have like recall memories around it and stuff. I moved to another town for now temporarily, but it's within it's only like a half an hour from where I was, so it's still within the area. Yeah, I was wondering that if it changes color. Yeah, like a thermal color. Yeah, I know, right, Kron. I hate moving. I did not. I thought I was gonna stay at that house for quite some time, so I moved everything in there, and it seems like 3 years went by super duper fast. It was almost exactly 3 years to like right now was when I moved in there. I think it was December 4th, 2021. Yeah, and yeah, so um I hate moving. I really hate moving. So the next time I move, I would like to be able to, because I have all my stuff in storage right now in two storage units, and like they're they're not even that big of storage units, but they're like totally filled, both of them from the front to back, as tall as I can, get everything. So everything I own, including like like my screen printer and couch and other things that I didn't want to get rid of are in there. Have I ever moved as a kid? Um, Only once, and I barely remember it. I moved when I in the late 70s, and I was only like almost 4 years old. So I do remember. I don't remember really the moving process. I remember coming to the house I grew up in, and just running around the living room with the orange rug, and there's pictures of it too. So, but yeah, that's the only time I ever moved as a kid. The next time I moved after that, I was like 19. So, and then after that, I've moved a lot since I first moved as a young adult. I've moved many times over the years. Yeah, most of the time my friends help me. This time I had one of my friends help me, and then I did the rest myself, which I'm surprised. I got a huge dresser. out of there and down a flight of stairs and into my truck all by myself. So yeah, I did everything. Yeah. And I'm glad that my arm doesn't hurt anymore, because if I still had my arm pain, there's no way I would have been able to do that. But I did go to physical therapy this summer, and I got rid of that for the most part. It's probably 94, 95% better. There's still a little bit of pain when I do certain things, but for the most part, I can use it again. No, it wasn't really my back. My back's been doing so much better. It was my arm. My back, um, that was about that was about 16 years ago. I hurt my back, and I got sciatica, and I had a back surgery, and then after that my lower back always hurt. But lately, in the last few years, my back hasn't hurt. It was my arm. I did not have a dolly. My dad offered me a dolly last night. He's like, "Well, I have a dolly right here." I'm like, "Well, it's too late. It's too late for that." I stretch on my own, and then I do, like, I've been, ever since my arm's been better, I've been working out like every single day again, trying to get fit again. And that is, like, I've got dumbbells and I do push-ups, and um, I was actually doing them last night when I watched a documentary, and I did my weights. I was lifting weights and doing different exercises as I watched, the movie. Yeah, sciatica sucks. I had the worst sciatica, which means it didn't go. Most people's sciatica will go away on its own, but mine would not go away, and I had it really, really bad. Worst case, for 2 years straight. So during that 2 years, there was never a single, every second. This is what I would say: every second of every minute of every hour of every day for 2 years, I was in pain, and it was, I I I felt like I couldn't live my life like that. I felt like I was, like, end stages of life. I felt like I was like 80, 90 years old, and I was only like in my 30s. So they ended up giving me surgery, and it was probably the second best decision I ever made, because it cured it immediately. And I was like, oh God, and I've been good ever since. Knock on wood, just in case. My second channel does exist, but I haven't really done anything on really either of these channels. I did a few things on this channel, but um, the movie took over everything. To get this movie done, I put everything else on hold, and I did the minimal I had to do for this channel, which was a live stream once a week, and that's, every once in a while I do a video, but I want to change that as I'm getting back into, as the work that I have to do for the movie is coming to a close. Thank God, because I've worked so much on it. I can't even uh, articulate how much I've actually done, how much goes into making a movie, and knowing that we had such a low budget that I had to do most of this post production on my own. So that sucks, but we do have a movie now, and thanks to all of the supporters, the Kickstarter, everybody that helped out, and our cast and crew, we have a real movie that I'm excited to be able to show the world. So I have an announcement to make, probably later uh, in December or January, and yeah, it sucks that I can't say anything now, but I have to wait a little bit. I did, Michael. I'm in the zombie bunker right now. I'm not. This is just temporary. I'm just kind of couch surfing here, pretty much. Again, because all of my stuff is in my storage unit, so I'm not unpacking anything. Yes, I appreciate that. Like, we need this to get out there. We need everybody to share this. Well, originally it was supposed to be a movie, and then we talked about making it a short film, and then we talked about making it just a proof of concept, and then somebody was like, "Dude, just do your movie," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do the movie." So I'm glad we ended up going that route. I'm glad I ended up sticking with what I originally thought. And originally I was going to be in the movie, and then I was like adamant that I wasn't going to be in the movie, maybe a small little part. And then I decided, you know what? Um, well, it was actually one of my friends, and he was like, he wanted a part in the movie. And I knew that, like, I was like, okay, well, I'll keep him in the back of my mind to play this part. But I still wanted to do the process and everything. And I had all these other people try out and everything. And when it came down to it, I was just like, you know, because he was still begging me for this for years. And I finally was like, because I knew in the back of my head, I'm probably going to choose you. And then I chose him, and he was like, dude, you need to just play this part. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Maybe I do. That was the original plan. Um, Other things happened too. So a lot of people didn't try out either. I mean, I put the casting call pretty much out to the world. I'm like, anybody, this goes out to anybody in the world. If you can fit the part and you're in this area, that was the other thing. You got to be in this area. Um, then that's what we're looking for. And nobody, you would be surprised at the lack of people that tried out to be in this movie. So I'm lucky I got the people that I got, but there was a few parts that I was like, I kept like, I'm desperate. I need somebody to play this part. I need somebody. We're going to be shooting. We're going to be starting, and then I needed somebody to play a certain other part, and nobody did. And I'm like, all right, like if tomorrow is the first scene that we got to shoot with this character, and we don't have anybody to play this character. So if we don't have anybody by tomorrow, I'm just going to play the character, and that's how I played the character. Nobody, we had nobody. Where did I put the casting call? Everywhere on my social media. I put it on a site called, I think it was Backstage or whatever. Um, I that might not be. It was some kind of site like that. I put it up on the Kickstarter. I put it on the Vegan Zombie social media page. I shared it on Instagram, on Facebook. I shared it everywhere that I could possibly share it. I had other people putting out, sharing it. So yeah, it was out there. I mean, it was out there. And then on other days when we need volunteers to play like extras and zombies, it's like we didn't really have too many. It's like, oh my God, this is supposed to be a very crowded scene and we got 3 people. Like we had a lot of obstacles that we had to overcome for this movie. A lot. But I also like wasn't sure that it was going to, I didn't know if it was going to come out the way I wanted it to, but in the end, I'm very happy with how it came out. I'm very happy with it. And I'm excited to show it to everybody. Now, you got to remember, it's still a low budget movie and there are, some problems, but like you got to expect, what are we supposed to do with a very finite budget, So again, I had to do like so much myself. And with no more money in the budget, I became my own visual special effects guy. I became a colorist where I had to color grade everything. Like, these are things, I've never edited a feature movie before. I don't think a lot of people, like, you got to start somewhere. I've edited a lot of things in my life, and I've been doing it for a long time. So I knew I was capable of doing it. But it was my first time editing a feature movie, and I think I did a really, really good job with the edit. I had to color it, and I was never good at coloring, but I ended up looking up everything I could. I taught myself everything I could. I ended up getting a whole course, like a professional color grading course that I looked at. I looked at the science behind it and what, all the best practices, and I did it. And like I it might not be a Hollywood grade or anything like that, but I was able to get it done. Um, so you'll, when you see this movie, you'll see all the heart and soul that was put into this. Not just by me. I put in many countless hours into this, but not just by me, but everybody, including Indy. This is Indy's last appearance you're going to see him in, and this is kind of my homage, my ode to Indy. And one of the best friends I've ever had, and this is for him. So, and you'll see that through this movie. This is a movie that that I hope for many years people will come back and watch. But now I just got to get it out to you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I kind of like being able to see this on my computer. It tells me exactly how long I've been on, all that. So yeah, it's I've got a lot of feedback from the people that have seen it. Not too many people have seen it, but pretty much all of my family. Again, like I said, my sister and her husband, they're gonna watch it tonight. But this is something that I've just put everything on stop and everything on hold, and I just sank my life into in the last couple of years. That's why that's why I'm in the position I'm in right now. I had to put everything into this, and I went full steam ahead. I put every available working hour into this movie, and you got to remember, like, when there's no budget, I did all of that without getting paid. So like I'm kind of in a bad situation right now. So let's hope that the movie is well received, and somebody wants to dump a proper budget at me for maybe a second movie or something like that. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the chat. We're talking movie stuff right now. But thank you. Well, that's the other thing. Like, it's, I want it to be successful too, but not only for selfish reasons. Of course, I want it to be successful. I want everybody to see, like, that's like one of my favorite things is when I make a movie or a video, I like to share it with people and get their feedback. But also because there's a very compassionate message. Why is my mom saying that? There's a very compassionate message to this movie. So I know you like talking movie stuff, and your movies. So I'm going to be excited for you to watch it and give me some feedback on what you think. So far everybody seems to have really liked it, and they all said similar things. They all said, "Wow, this is like a real movie." Which is kind of like a compliment, but it's also an insult. But I don't take it as an insult, because that's just basically saying, like, I didn't know you were going to make like a real... No, but like, to me, it's more of a compliment, because like, I expect that. It's like, yeah, I know. Because like, you gotta prove yourself somewhere, but you can't just like be like, oh, I made a movie without anybody. Like, I understand more probably than anybody that, for the last... I mean, we did the Kickstarter in 2018. So for the last however many years, I've been talking about, I can't wait to show you guys and everything. But literally nobody other than the people involved know what the movie's about. So all you hear is me saying over and over, I can't wait to show you guys. So it's got to be getting old for you guys. So that's why there's a trailer now. And it will be released soon. I can't guarantee when. I want to do it in December. So very soon. And then you'll be able to see kind of what the trailer's about. Obviously, the trailer doesn't give everything away. There's going to be a lot of surprises. So you'll be able to see something like concrete, be able to see what we've worked on for the last couple years, 6 years, you know. And again, I wrote this in 2009. So this is like a big, for me, it's even longer. But for the Kickstarter, it's been over 6 years, 6.5 almost. And for me, it's been almost 16 years. It's almost been 16 years for me since I first conceptualized this movie. How is it an insult? Because they don't think that I could really make a real movie. You know, they didn't think like it would be like my brother said, like, you know, he said basically like, oh, I was going to tell you it was good anyway because you were my brother and I know you how hard you worked on it. But like I didn't have to because like it was really good. It was like it's like a real movie. And I'm like, yeah, it's a real movie, you know? So, but that, yeah, I don't know. I should probably stop talking about it until I can show you guys something. But like, this is all I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing with my life, like nonstop. Like I put everything else on hold, including I know I've lost a lot of, you know, viewers and subscribers and stuff like that on my YouTube channel and other, because I've neglected it because I've been working on a movie. And I've never worked harder on anything in my entire life than this. I put everything. This is like a fine, detailed perfectionist going over every scene with my team over and over until it wasn't just like boom, done. This isn't like editing like a YouTube video. This is taken a long time to go over everything and making sure everything was the best it could be, pacing wise, and you know, which takes that I ended up using, and then the audio. We had an amazingly talented my friend Rob do the entire sound design, which in my head, I'm thinking like, if I can't find somebody, I'm going to have to do sound. But after seeing what he did, I'm like, there's no way I could have done that. Like, he's got like 350 tracks of different sounds throughout every take, throughout the whole movie. I mean, there's parts that if you really listen to, like, there's parts that people probably won't even, I'll give you some examples too, because it's not really giving anything away. But like, when people watch a movie, some people, they're not really listening to it's all going through their brain's processing, but they don't really think about what went into it. Like, for instance, I was watching the movie before, like I had it all done and I would watch it, and this is before I colored it, anything, so it didn't really look too good. And I had like minimal sound in there, like a little bit of dialogue, some parts I couldn't use it. So we needed like an intense sound design to repair all the audio throughout the whole movie, but then like the other layers of bringing it to life, pulling you into the picture so you feel like you're there. And I'll give you an example. There's a scene that I was watching after Rob went through and did all the audio, and I was wearing my headphones so I could hear every little detail. And all of a sudden, like, there's, you know, as the movie starts to pick up, like kind of like halfway, midpoint through the movie, like most movies, like things kind of like start to unravel and things kind of start to get hectic, and it starts to get more intense from like, you know, an ordinary day to like the chaos that's ready to ensue. And as I'm listening to this, Rob put like this background in there that I could hear, like if you really listen and you have like your earphones, I'm sure on like surround sound or something, you could hear this. But I'm listening, I'm like, oh my God, are those coyotes in the background? And they were like howling, and like it just got really ominous and eerie at that part when I could hear that, because you could kind of hear the wind blowing, and you could hear like in the summer and the fall, you could hear like the crickets and start to go. And then beyond all that, like you could hear like either wolves or coyotes like howling in the background. And I was like, I love this, you know. But that's how much detail went into this movie. Like he did a huge favor for, you know, doing this for the low budget that I could pay him to do the sound design. I don't know if he's on this right now because sometimes he watches these, but anyway, he's really talented. He had a whole team help him actually. And if I ever do, when I do another movie, when I'm doing a proper budget movie where I get millions of dollars for the budget to make a real, I wouldn't say Hollywood, but like, you know, like a real budget movie. I'm not going to forget to get Rob on my team there, you know, if he wants to do it again. But yeah. See, I could talk about this kind of stuff like all day with you guys, but I know before, like, I intend to put out the trailer and have all of you guys watch it. And maybe I'll even have a watch party on this, like, you know, let everybody know that it's going to be dropped on a certain day at a certain time and get everybody ready to watch it and then watch the trailer. And then we can like talk about it. Like, okay, what do you guys think? Like, I want everybody to be part of this. I want everybody, this is the first vegan movie. It's an all vegan movie. That's not a documentary. It's a horror movie that I think that's important. Like the people that I tried to get to help out at the beginning, like people that could have helped out that had, you know, wealthy people and stuff. They didn't see my vision. They didn't see it, so they unfortunately they didn't help. And I think that this is going to be something that it will be, you know, good for, you know, the vegan movement because we don't have anything like that out there. And for years and years to come, people can go back and watch the movie. You can watch the movie anytime, but I feel like, you know, during October, fall, Halloween time, people like to go back and they like to watch their scary movies and stuff, their horror movies, their zombie movies. And, you know, hopefully this will be one of those movies that they watch every few years. You know, they go back and watch it, you know, every few years. Because for me, I don't really go back and watch documentaries. I mean, some people might, but like if I watch a documentary, I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, that's a good documentary. But I don't go back and watch it every year, you know, like a movie. Like I'll watch E.T. every few years. I'll watch Goonies and, you know, some of my favorite movies that I really like. 28 Days Later, you know, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. I'll watch those every year or every other year, you know. So like I hope this can do this. And there is a vegan message in this movie. So and when you guys see it, you'll see the way I did it. The way I did it would I think would appeal more to non-vegans, horror fans than it does vegans, because I'm not the vegans aren't really the base that I'm trying to, you know, get this out to, because I already know you're vegan for a reason. So I'm trying to get this out to the non-vegans that can watch this movie and make a connection there. And I think it works. I think it's in a way that's not you know, shoved down through somebody's throat and makes you think twice. And I'm not saying everybody's going to go vegan after they watch this movie, but I'm saying I'm hoping that people second guess or make a different choice or decide to really think about their food choices and stuff after they watch this movie. So yeah, I just decided to make something where there was nothing before. So, oh, that's so sweet, Stardressed. We could listen all day. I love this stuff, you know. Yeah, Rob Zombie is a vegan, and although he has like vegan catering, his movies aren't vegan. You know, like there's not like it's not like a vegan movie with a vegan message to it. You know what I'm saying? This is the first vegan movie that I know of that was intended to be a vegan movie, that was made all catering, all food on set, everything was vegan. Obviously, not everybody involved was vegan, but you know that's almost impossible. I tried. Watch party, do a watch party. Yeah, Forks Over Knives is one of my favorites. I always tell people to watch Forks Over Knives. And there might even be like, we might even do a sequel, you know? Who knows? Share it so it's on Unchained TV. Well, we can't put it on Unchained TV for a couple reasons. Well, no, actually one reason, because Unchained TV, So Unchained TV is all for free. We can't put this movie out for free. And one of the reasons for that is because we promised that a certain percentage of any proceeds made from this will be donated to a couple different sanctuaries. So if we're doing it for free, we're not going to make any money on this, and it will be no. So we got to make money on this. We want to make money on this. We want people to be like, hey, like however much you would pay for something else, we would like it if you pay for this. And that's how we're able to make another one possibly and get it out there. So plus I don't feel like I put in that many years of my life, everything I had for free. So I hope you guys understand, but I can't. But the trailer is a different story. The trailer could go on Unchained TV. And there's something else that's special about that, but I can't really give it away right now. Or could I? You're throwing your money at the screen. Take it, come on over. Thank you. I do hope it's well received for all the reasons, and I hope that I have a future making more movies, because I can't say I enjoyed the whole creation part of it, because that would be a lie, but the final outcome I'm very happy with, and I cannot wait. It's like knowing something that you want to tell everybody and you can't, right? I can't right yet. But eventually I will tell you, and eventually I will tell you why I can't. This was so much of it. Most of my life went in there. You're gonna see things that that I was inspired by. I mean, good connections to like my dog, my family. A lot of things that I wrote in here were my own life experience, and things that I've heard people say over the literal decades that I've been vegan. I had this in it. I think that this will be great for non-vegans, but for vegans, for all of you guys that are vegan out there, like, you're going to relate so hard to this, like there's going to be things that you're going to hear in this that you're like, oh, I've heard this so many times. Like, so many people say this to me every day. And like, like vegan cliches and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's throughout the whole thing, but there are certain parts in there that you're going to be like, yep, I've heard that a million times. So vegans, you will relate to this. Anybody that has a dog or a cat or, any kind of animal that they've loved in the past, anything, you will relate to this hard. And that's really, I just really want anybody that thinks like, I don't really like zombies. I just want to tell you, yes, this is a zombie movie, but there's so much more to this movie than zombies. There's so much more to it. And I was inspired by some of my favorite movies, like E.T., Goonies, Stand By Me. You can kind of see a little bit of that in the movie. So don't just write it off because you don't like zombies. What am I talking about? If you just joined us, I'm talking about my movie, A44. That is going to be coming 2025. Yeah, I think obviously I took a lot from my own life, my own experience to put into this movie. So there's actually things in this movie that really happened to me in real life that we can talk about in the future when everybody's seen the movie, and we can do like Q&As and really talk about stuff, because like I was inspired by like real events and some of these things that happened. So that'll be fun to talk about. But I think that most people will be able to relate to at least some of the things in the movie. So, and that's what I was going for. That's what I wanted to do. And I wanted people to question. I wanted non-vegans to question themselves on certain things. That's a good question, Stephanie. How did I get how did I come up with A44? I can't give that away. I can't give that away. So A44 will be explained in the movie. It's explained in the movie what it is. But how did I come up with it? Like, I wrote it into the movie. I guess I could kind of tell you how I kind of got it. I kind of want to keep some of it a secret, though, because I want to know if anybody can figure it out. I really have only told like a couple people ever how I came up with it. But I was told that I couldn't call it the vegan zombie. And that when people go to look up movies in the industry and whatever, Ari, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you for everything, Vegan Zombie. We love you. Love you too. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's wrong with John? Nothing. What do you mean? What's wrong with John? Nothing's wrong with John. Not that I know of. Anyway, so I was told that I had to, when people look up movies, it's like alphabetically first and numbers before the alphabet. So somebody's like, you have the vegan zombie. And if it went by the, it'd be in the T's. If it went by the second word, vegan, it would be in the V's all the way at the end of a list if somebody's trying to watch a movie. So come up first. So I'm like, okay, well, we got to come up with something that starts with an A or a number. So that's basically how I got that. But there's more to A44 than just me coming up with that. Like, I actually formulated it I wove it into the story of my script. And so you'll see that when you see the movie, why it's called that. I'm kind of getting hungry, My mom and my sister made lasagna, but I can't eat it. You see, the last time I had lasagna, I got sick. So now I can't ever eat lasagna again. Race, how can we watch the movie and when? So I'm not sure with either of those yet, because I'm in the final process of finding like how we're gonna do that, how we're gonna do distribution and stuff like that. And once I figure that out, the people people from the Kickstarter, first and foremost, we wouldn't have this movie without them. So there's a certain tier, I forget what it is. I forget. It's either $30 or $50 and above, one of those. I don't know. They get to see the movie first, so they get a link sent to them. So I think what we're gonna do, I have a guy that's doing web design and stuff for me, and I think he said that there's a site where, because we don't want people to be sharing this with everybody, so they'll get a link to see the movie for a temporary time before it expires. So I'm thinking like maybe a week. You got to watch it then. Otherwise, you got to watch it with everybody else. So we'll give a week for everybody who supported the Kickstarter that's going to get that perk to be able to watch it. And they'll be able to watch it. And then we have to do a premiere for the other people from the Kickstarter that had a certain premiere tier that they supported. and then we'll do that. So we'll do the Kickstarter people, and then like friends, family, and the cast and crew probably. And we're gonna try to do like a local movie theater, you know, probably right here in the Syracuse area. It is a full length movie with the credits. It's an hour and 51 minutes. It was originally 2 hours and 12 minutes. I'm like, I got to get it under 2 hours. So I cut over 20 minutes out of it. I would love to have got it even shorter than that, but there's just everything in it right now needed to be in it. And I can't really cut it right now because the sound design was done, and without getting into the technicalities of it, like I can't really cut it right now without screwing up everything that he has for the sound. So I'm kind of stuck with that right now. So even if in my mind I see like, oh, I could trim this and I could trim that, like it is what it is right now, and there's no way I can cut it more unless I get more money for the budget, because it would cost me to have somebody redo the sound and everything for that. I can't. So there's just more to it than I can just personally do myself. It's just, it is how it is, you know. I hope you like it too, Race. I hope everybody likes it. Obviously, there's going to be people that don't like it, and there's going to be people out there that know nothing about this, that are just going to stumble upon it and then like be like criticize it, and like there's gonna there will be people that will not, that for whatever reason they won't like it, and I gotta be I gotta be prepared for that, because people will be like, this first time director needs to go back and get another job, and like he sucks, and I can't even watch this is horrible. I know people will probably rip me apart, but let's just hope there's more good reviews than bad ones. Well, that is Ari, that is one of the theaters that my friend that allowed us to work, to use that theater, the Palace Theater in Syracuse. He works at a different one now, which I'm gonna reach out to him and see if, because he's all about like he hosts like different horror fests in the Syracuse area and stuff like that. So um, hopefully we'll be able to work something out where we can show it. What is age appropriate? Yeah, I think teenagers can watch it. And what is age appropriate these days? There's actually a little kid that is in the movie, and his mom messaged me a few months ago asking like, what's the update and everything, and did her son even make it in the movie? And I couldn't not have him in the movie, even though when we filmed this part, we had no audio, we had no lighting. It was a dark scene. Like I was literally trying to light it with my iPhone, but I ended up making it look not too bad, and he was so excited to be in it because he wanted to be a zombie so bad. I don't know what is. He was either something happened to him or he was born without half of his leg, so he like kind of wobbled as a zombie with no leg, and he was carrying a boot with him, and he loved zombies, and he just couldn't wait to be in it. So there's no way I could not have his part in there. So anyway, I told his mom, she's like, he can't wait to see it, and he's a little kid, like, I mean, we filmed it 2 years ago, but he was probably 5, so he's like 7 now, maybe 8, I don't know. And she's like, he can't wait to see it. I'm like, he might have to wait until he gets older. She goes, no, he loves it. He's okay watching horror movies. I'm like, okay. But I wouldn't show it to little kids, probably. Teenagers, I think teenagers would be okay watching it. I would have loved to watch this when I was a teenager. I was watching Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a teenager, so Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street is way worse than this. Like, there's no nudity or anything. There's a little bit of swearing. Like, I tried to do it without swearing because even though it's like it's a horror movie and yeah, we should be able to say whatever, you know. I tried because I wanted this to be kid friendly too, but so we did a bunch of scenes where they swore, and I'm like, can we do that scene again and just say friggin' or like something else like heck or I don't know. And so we did those scenes again, and no, the best scenes were the swearing scenes. So yeah, we swear in there a few times, and there's a little bit of gore, there's a little bit of violence, and so yeah, I think probably 13, 14 or above, unless you're like completely sheltered to the world, I think you're okay to watch it. If not, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think I would have loved to watch this movie when I was that age. PG-13. It is. I don't know. I don't know. Officially, I don't know. Do I know what I'm having for Thanksgiving? I'm going to my brother's house, so I know there'll be like a Gardein and a tofurkey and probably all the other mashed potatoes. Just a normal. Exactly, Mike. How do you not swear if zombies are out? Like if there's a zombie coming at me, it's like holy. I'd probably just be doing nothing but swearing. Like that would be all I would say. Like F. No, but in all reality, if there is zombies coming at you, the best thing to do, don't say anything. No swearing, no words, no screams. You don't want to attract the other ones. You got to get rid of the ones coming at you. Don't say anything. Try your best not to scream. Yeah, Zeke was not in it. He was like a little too hyper. Indy was what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you like to do this? He doesn't do this until I go live. You got some bad breath. Well, I vlog my Thanksgiving. Originally I wasn't going to, but then somebody said that they would love me to do the Thanksgiving because they really like those videos where I do of my family, and that they no longer have family, so they would watch my Christmas and Thanksgiving videos, and they would kind of like, live vicariously through me showing all of that. So I wasn't going to, but after hearing that, maybe I will. What do you guys think? Then I can show all my family, and also it's like a journal, like not a journal, but like a documentary of my life that I can go back anytime in my life to watch these videos because I put them on here for years. And before that, way before YouTube existed, back when I was a little kid, my dad always would take movie. This is how I got into like wanting to make movies. My dad would always take movies, home movies, way before camcorders, like Super 8mm. He would take movies of our family, and then on special occasions he'd like we would turn all the lights off, we'd have our friends over or our relatives, and we would go through and we would watch the movies that he took all those years, and we would watch it, and we would have we'd just have a ball watching these movies. Now anybody can just pull out their phone and record whatever they want and load it up on upload it to YouTube and watch whatever. So for me, I film all this stuff and then, put it on YouTube, or I got a lot of stuff that I haven't put on YouTube, but yeah, I can put a video together like that. After editing like a professional movie like this, like I can put a YouTube video together really fast, and I brushed back up on my my VFX, After Effects, which I used to use when I first started doing these vegan zombie videos. And then I kind of stopped, and I when you're away from it for over 10 years, you're really rusty at it and you kind of forget a lot of things. But I had to get way back into it for this movie. So like, I feel like I can go right back in and put some special effects very easily, compared to like what I was doing. So, yeah. If anybody needs a professional editor, I did a movie and I've been doing it for over 30 years. What stuff is not on YouTube? Like I do a lot of videos that I just end up not, like I videotape. Like it's hard for me to look at a moment and not take my camera out. And some people are like, just live in the moment. I'm like, I am recording it, but I film everything, everything. So I've got a lot of videos that I haven't put together for YouTube videos. So like I have a lot of things. So yeah, it sounds like a few of you like that. So yeah, I'll do it. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. What's it say now, huh? What's it say? Oh, now it's not going to tell me, huh? Yeah, fortunately, Craig's family and me, we both grew up with really good family. I know not everybody has a good family, and that sucks. I can't fathom not having a good family. But you want to see bloopers and outtakes? We don't have too many bloopers or outtakes, but there's some from the movie. And then there's some behind the scenes that we did that'll be pretty cool. I got some cool ones. I got a lot of videos that I want to put out there. Maybe I'll do a DVD or Blu-ray where we have all that. We do have a lot of behind the scenes stuff, yeah. I actually had Craig do. I did most of it, but Craig and and also our head makeup artist and prop maker Sam. She did a lot of behind the scenes video, and Craig actually came one of the days that we got some big shot vegan to be there, and he did some behind the scenes that day. So that'll be fun to finally release that video. Yeah, I feel like for me, like I grew up with like a huge family, all of my aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas. Nope, grandmas and grandpa. I never knew my dad's father. Um, and tons of cousins. And then slowly over time, my grandparents died. And then once they died, then like an aunt and an uncle died, and then like we no longer saw that side of the family, and then this side of the family, and I still have some contact with some of my cousins, which I know because some of them are like, can't wait for your movie. So I'm like, oh cool, they want to see my movie. But other than that, like our family dwindled down from this huge family to just like my immediate family. Like we were no longer seeing the cousins that we saw. Aunts and uncles were gone, like grandparents were gone, and it became very small family again. And then my siblings all got married, and then my brothers had kids, and then their in-laws, and now we got a huge family again because all these kids and all the in-laws, and it's huge again. My whole family is not vegan. My siblings are vegan. My brothers and my sister are vegan. I teased you with a couple big shot vegans who are in the movie. Can you remind me of who I revealed other than Hench Herbivore? I did a reveal with Hench Herbivore. There's only one other one that a big shot vegan that I wanna. let everybody know. But I think that's it. Just hench herbivore. And no, there's two more because I didn't reveal the other. The other one, if you got a good ear and you listen, you will know the second one. So it's hench herbivore, the one that I haven't revealed yet, but you will see in the trailer. You will see two of them in the trailer. No, you will see one and you will hear the other one in the trailer. So that's three right there. Okay, maybe I already did that. Did I already? Oh, I did reveal Dr. I forgot I did that. I'm like, what? Yeah, Dr. Greger. Dr. Greg. So that, yeah, so there's one more. There's one more vegan to reveal. Dr. Greger and hench herbivore. And one more. Dr. Greger is in the movie, yes. Yep. And another thing which has nothing to do with the movie, but when Craig was filming the behind the scenes, I'm like, Craig, get over here. And I wanted to ask him about like my cholesterol and all that stuff. I go, well, you know, so I got a video of him talking to me about, you know, that. So, yeah. Dr. G is a G. Did I post Dr. Greger? We tried to get others, but that was it. So I think Dr. Greger is probably the most famous in my movie. Either Dr. Greger or the other person that I haven't revealed yet. Dr. G was so nice, yes. Only you called him Dr. McGregor. And I'm like, Mom, it's Dr. Greger. Oh, I did on A44. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I gotta share it on Vegan Zombie. Vegan Zombie. But that's about it. I don't think there's any. You know, I was contemplating revealing that. I was like, oh, I want to make it a secret. But then again, I'm like, you know what? It's not gonna matter because barely anybody sees my videos anyway. So like, it's better that I just reveal him so that people can, you know, start talking about it and see the trailer and share the trailer and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Dr. Greger did such a good job. He did such a good job. If Hench is a zombie, that's one terrifying zombie. Well, you can see the reveal. He is a zombie. And yeah, he did look terrifying. I wish I could just show everybody the movie, but I can't do that right now. I cannot do that right now. Is he a real Dr. Greger? Yes, he's a real doctor. He's qualified, real doctor. He's a vegan doctor. I follow a lot of his advice. He's got nutritionfacts.org is his page. I think he's got what, 1 or 2 million followers. He's a real doctor, and yeah, he does a lot. He goes through a lot of peer-reviewed scientific studies, and he gives you he puts it to the test. He's got a bunch of books, How Not to Die, How Not to Age. Actually, I brought it out there. I'm like, will you sign this? And he signed it and gave me his phone number. He's like, if you ever need to call me. In the movie, no, he's not a doctor. Not in the movie. Well, technically, he might be a doctor in the movie. I just really we haven't really, not like a medical doctor, but maybe a doctor. He might have a doctorate in the movie. Hello, mon chéri. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, yeah, he definitely has a PhD. Dr. Gregor. You just joined. What's up? Oh, he's the other vegan that we just revealed. Well, I guess I revealed it before I forgot. That's in my movie. Maybe I don't think I did reveal him. I think I posted him because it was his birthday. And then somebody asked a question, like, is he in the movie? And somebody came to the conclusion that he was. But I don't think I revealed it. I guess this was the reveal, everybody. Dr. Gregor's in the movie. No, the lives are every Monday. This was like kind of like, I started because I wanted to do some unboxing. I did the vegan cuts unboxing and a couple other things. And so I needed to do that. So today was a perfect day to do it. You believe I did? Yeah, maybe I did. I guess I forgot that one. I know I revealed some other people. I guess it doesn't really matter. All it can do is like benefit and get people to. I guess I gotta get. I guess I gotta post a picture of it. Have Dr. Gregor reshare it. There's cooking to do. Okay, have fun cooking. Is he undead or something? Well, I can't say I can't give any more clues away about who he is or what he plays or anything. You got to watch the movie. Because if I give it all away, nobody's gonna want to watch it. But now, like, do you kind of want to watch it now? You're like, oh, Dr. Gregor's in it. Dr. Gregor's in a movie that's not being, like, he's not gonna be as serious stuff about like the scientific facts and everything. He's gonna be serious about scientific zombie facts instead. No, I don't know. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people say about Dr. Gregor being in the movie. If he's a zombie, you want to watch it. What if he's not a zombie? Do you want to watch it still? Yeah, there's just so much I want to talk about. But after the trailer is released, then we can come back here and we can talk about given nutrition facts while he's trying to eat you. Yeah, that would be a comedy, a zombie. That would be a zombie. Well, I guess it won't be too long before I can release the trailer, and then once I do that, we can come back and revisit and talk about the trailer or whatever. Because again, right now nobody really knows what this movie's about. Nobody. I try to put myself in somebody else's shoes where I'm like, what would I feel like if I didn't just spend the last how many years, decade and a half, working on this thing, knowing every little bit about it inside and out? What would I think? Let's put it to the test. Yeah. There's a lot of different things that people might think that I already know that people think about when they hear vegan zombie. So yeah, it is a horror movie. It's not made to be funny or comical, although there are a few comical scenes in there. You gotta put those in like every movie. But all in all, I'm just trying to like put myself in somebody else's shoes because I've seen it. Like I've seen every part of this movie like a million times. Like I've gone over every part in detail again and again. In fact, I just rendered it out again and I just found one little thing that I could make better. So I was like, "Oh my god." So I did that and now I got to render it out again for the final version. Hopefully it's the final version. But one little tiny tweak that probably 99.9% of the people would never see, but I saw it. And I'm like, I gotta fix that. Well, the International Vegan, I hope everybody can see it. But at this point, I don't know any details like that because we're working on distribution. We're working on that thing. So it's just not like we we have a certain set of things to do before we know any of that information. I wish I knew, but I don't. I don't know where it will be played yet. And when I know all that information, obviously, we'll let everybody know. Am I in front of a green screen? Like right now? No. Thank you, Race. Appreciate that. Healing Sanctuary, Maya. Yes, I hope everybody can watch that. Even if you don't watch horror, watch this, and again, you'll know when you see it. But again, this is my homage to my dog, who is no longer with us. My German Shepherd Indy. So, and when you watch it, and I hope everybody watches it in entirety. And when you do, I love it. I mean, I've seen it way too many times now, but so I just want to watch other people watch it. Which reminds me, I should probably wrap this up because my sister and her husband want to watch this. They're in town and they haven't seen it yet. So, but I love watching other people watch it and get their reaction from it. But when you watch it in entirety, you might not understand right now because nobody's seen it, but when you do, you'll understand what I mean when I say that. Do I think I'll always have a dog? I don't know. It was. I mean, Indy was such a special dog, and then when I lost him, that was like the hardest thing I've ever. I still think about him every day, and I can't really think about him too long, or else I get really sad. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, it's without a dog for me. It just seems empty and like something's not right. Oh yeah, it's definitely one of a kind movie. I there's so much I want to like that just reminded me of something that I want to say, but I can't. I can't say anything right now. Um, it is a one of a kind. You can tell when you watch this movie, you'll know that it came from the heart. You'll know it's one of those movies. You still cry for Stormy 2 years, February. Yeah, it's the saddest thing. You know, I mean, I've lost relatives and friends, and I never thought it would be as sad as when it was when I lost Indy. The shots that I shared on Instagram look amazing. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys want, you can go over to the Instagram, A44 Movie, and make sure you follow over there. We need to give that channel some more love. We need to get more followers over there because we don't even have 1,000 over there. And, you know, we need the vegan community to come through and be like, come on, guys, this is the first vegan movie. And although, maybe a lot of vegans don't like horror movies, it's still a vegan movie and it still has a very good vegan message to it. And it hopefully will appeal to the horror community, which by and large, they're not all vegan. So hopefully it does well in the horror community, and they also give this a lot of attention. You know, being a low budget, you know, first time director movie with the message that it has. So also there's other things like I really thought this out really well. I also told myself, like, how if they're like zombies aren't real, but if they were real, like, what is the most plausible explanation for that? And I really thought really hard for this, and I think I got a pretty good. I mean, we really get in detail in this movie, so. First a granola cliffhanger, and then lots of movie talk. So fun. Well, I'm glad. I like to hear that you guys are also, you know, interested to see this movie, because this is huge for me. This is what I've been working on all of my time in the last couple years. So I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait for people to see this. I can't wait people to share this. I can't wait for people to talk about it, you know? I appreciate everybody here who says that they hate horror, but they're still going to support this movie and watch it. Thank you. Thank you. You know, stick it through. Stick it through. I I can talk more about this, but I want to say so much, and I don't want to give spoilers away. So hopefully, when the movie is out and people watch it, I'll be like, all right, this is spoilers only. So if anybody doesn't want a spoiler, you know, please leave right now and then come back after you watch it, and then we can talk what's really like on my mind, how I really feel about certain things about the movie, how I came up with certain things, and why I wrote the way I wrote. Because let's face it, I hate writing. I hate it, but I feel like I'm good at it. Like when I actually put my mind to it, like that's what I did. I hate writing, but I was inspired back in 2009. This is the beginning. I know a lot of you that have been on the channel for a long time already know this story, but this is how I started this vegan zombie channel. The cooking show, the cookbook, this is how it all came about. I hated what I was doing. I hated my job. I hated my life was just boring. I didn't like it. So I decided, like, what do I love? What do I love? And I just started brainstorming. I love making movies more than any. I love making movies. I loved horror, and I was, you know, a long time vegan. So I took those three things and I mashed them together, and I eventually came up with a whole concept of a zombie apocalypse through, you know, the concept of veganism. I threw all that together. I went home and I started with a pencil and a notepad. I wrote the script for this movie. And that's how that script became my YouTube channel, which became the cookbook, which, you know, finally circled all the way back to the movie. And here we are finally, the movie's done, and that's how it all came about. So I originally wrote this in 2009, in April of 2009. And here we are all these years, almost 16 years later. And I haven't written anything since, but I should probably get to it and write another movie, you know, so I can, you know, they tell you that if you have a movie and it's ready to go, and you're going to meet distributors or whoever, always have another project ready. Always have another movie ready or another script to say, this is my next project, so they can be like, we want to be involved in this. We want to fund this. We want to, you know, invest in your next one. That's the way to do it. So I need to get working on. I've already got in my head, because I couldn't make the movie longer than it was, but I already know what transpires after the end of this movie. So there's a definite potential for a second one. And hopefully, if I do have to go the Kickstarter route again, which I don't really want to do if I don't have to, but if I do, after everybody watches this one and knows what they invested in, which I think they're going to be happy with in the end, hopefully a second Kickstarter would be like no sweat. We can make 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times that amount of money, and make, you know, a bigger budget movie. But I mean, that's how Terrifier started out, right? A44 too. No, it'll be A45, you know? No, I'm just kidding. Vegan Animal Defender 269, is the movie getting an international... I don't know anything about any distribution yet, but I snuck the 269 in there if you can find it. There is no confirmed date right now. I have a date that I can't share with anybody for me to know something that might push us forward, but you know, I that's not a definite. And I know I'm being vague right now, but I can't really talk about those things. All I can say is that somewhere, somehow, some way, it will be released next year. I wanted it to be released this year, but it wasn't going to happen, and we weren't ready. I've been working on this for a year, like now, like a year and a month. Like I started working on it, the editing, going through with all the editing, full steam, full speed ahead, in October-ish of 2023, like full time, every day. So that's how long it took. If I premiered the same weekend of Gladiator 2, Gladiator 44, is it... Yay! What are you doing, little boy? What are you doing with that bad breath? Are you trying to see what we're doing over here? I know, we gotta go. I do. I gotta go. He's telling me we gotta go. So over and out from me and Zeke in the safe house, away from the zombie apocalypse. Do you need to go? Where do you want to go? Okay, let's go. All right, we're going. All right, I gotta hit stop on this. We gotta get going. So I will see everybody. Later. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for those super chats, and thank you for being here. And we'll talk more about this at another time. Don't let the zombies bite, and have a merry, happy holiday.